Afternoon. Greetings from the Institute of Global Professional IGP. Greetings from the Institute of Global Professional IGP. Thank you all for joining us and staying with us till the end. Honorable knowledge seeker. Today I'm your host for the afternoon. My name is Badum Das. I'm from Bangladesh. Dear knowledge seeker, I'm proud to be associated with IGP. IGP is a social and I certified international education and training institute. In last year, we already served 35 million plus knowledge seeker from 100 plus countries. IGP is internationally recognized and globally accredited. We are connected to more than 450 plus profession and 4,500 plus organization. Institute of Professional is an educational institute that provides social work globally recognized and reportable. We serve student community resource providing holistic social work and education. We believe that is not effective training is one skill just by offering formal education. So we provide effective training and consultation to generate professional generation all over the world. We distribute our services locally, nationally, internationally to student job seeker, job holder, and also for learner, the respective campus location and distance learning platform. We are an occupational and dependable institute. IGP is one of the famous online institute from all over the world. Our vision is education is not a business product, it's a part of our human rights. Based on our vision, we are trying to reach all corners of the world for free webinars, seminar, courses, award, quiz competition, mentoring, and counseling, etc. On the other side, we are also trying to offer more than 100 PM services for free, like create own portfolio website, resume builder, cover letter, motivational letter, and one knowledge platform for gathering general knowledge which can upgrade all day. Kids learning game website, free course, convert sites, and many more. We help to empower you to learn to meet their expectation and dream and become highly skilled people. We implement our training program webinar and offline online courses for your learner by professional trainer, speaker, and coaches. Our session of global video Speaking knowledge is crucial for the Institute of Global Professional. We believe that knowledge is love and light and vision. So we try to understand the needs of today's generation and serve them with research and practice method. We must have a journal for the learner represent more diversity, growth, and innovation and regard to lead a session with professionalism, passion, and integrity. As we member are committed to offering effective quality service and continuous improvement so that individuals who seek information can improve their skill level and value. Before we move to the next, let me remind don't forget to share, tag, and mention your friend in the comment box. The support is very valuable for us. Thank you. Before we move to the next, let me remind you, don't forget to share, tag, and mention your friend in the comment box. Your support is very valuable for us. Thank you. Moving to the next with your continuous support. We already completed 1921 webinars successfully. Moving to the next with your continuous support. We already completed 1921 webinars successfully. Dear IGP speaker, participant, and well-wisher, at this moment, this is a very important message for you all. We change and design our website www.edoigp.com. On this website, we have surplus for everyone. Hope you will be benefited. We already launched a new website where you can find all our previous activities together with lots of new features. But one strong point is that without an account or login, you cannot enjoy our services. So create your account for us with profile information. Note that with profile information, you will enjoy our feature. With mismatched data, you cannot do anything here. From now on, you have to participate in live quiz competition on our website. We replace that. You have to join directly on our website. Now you can check all of our previous webinars and verify the certificate. Now it's easier and time limited because after the session, we will not provide you any code for certification. You have to take part in knowledge. After that, if you pass, you will receive the certificate, otherwise not. But you can take part in an exam unlimited till you pass. If you are an IGP speaker, you can download all your previous certificate, explication certificate. If you are a host of IGP, you can download the certificate of gratitude. If you are an online live quiz competition winner, then you can download the certificate of participation. If you are selected for a lifetime membership, then you can download the certificate of membership easily. Besides this, if you participate in any award function which organize combined support with the IGP, you can download that also. You can instantly prepare and download 18 types of certificate from our website within a minute. Certificate of global professional membership, certificate of global inclusion in the pandemic, certificate of active knowledge seeking, certificate of social activities in the pandemic, certificate of achievement IGP knowledge seeking in 2020, 2021, and 2022, certificate of participation website series 1, authentic assessment in teaching learning, certificate of participation websites to teaching English as a foreign language and assessment. Certificate of participation websites 3 digital customer engagement tools. Certificate of participation websites 4 artificial leadership and managerial skills. Certificate of participation websites 5 trend and innovation in mathematics education. Certificate of participation websites 6 research and comprehension approach. Certificate of participation websites 7 research and comprehension approach. Certificate of participation websites 8 art in teaching special program in art. Certificate of participation websites 9 21st century teaching mathematics. Certificate of IGP corporate ambassador. Certificate of IGP campus ambassador, which you can prepare and download within a minute. From now on, you have to participate in, you can participate in 1,000+ international level quiz with verified certificate. Teaching tips for teacher, health tips for parents, health tips for teens, education tips for teacher. You can join IGP alumni. You can check out our previous student website for free and many more. Dear IGP well-wisher, we promised previously, but lack of technical problem, we're late sending you on time. This is a great opportunity to collect your previous condition to solve from our website. Now you can enroll, reset password, everything, and check your details for all of the details. This is totally request to check all button and pages on our website. You like and still benefited. Thank you, but note that without an account or login, you cannot enjoy our services. At present, we are going to start our 1922 webinar, which name is Creative Thinking. And today, our speaker name is Dr. Samia Ismail Sheikh. She is from Palestine. Before I hand over the stage to our speaker, ma'am, I'll share a very little bit about her. Executive Manager in Ministry of Education and Higher Education, Palestine. Now, very important moment for me to invite our speaker to IGP with her presentation. Now, very important moment for me to invite our speaker to IGP with her presentation. Hello, ma'am. Good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon, good morning, good evening for everybody all over the world, for our knowledge seekers. Okay, shall I begin?
Yes, ma'am.
Will you please share my presentation? I sent you it yesterday. Yes, thank you very much. And you are going to pass the slides for me, if you please. Okay? Okay, then good morning, good afternoon, good evening for our knowledge seekers. I'd like to welcome all of you all over the world. First of all, if you please, I'd like you to pray for my family and people in Gaza to get their freedom and return to their houses, getting their rights from the barbaric Israeli attack. May Allah have a mercy upon martyrs and cure the injuries and deliver them in His paradise. My lecture today is entitled Creative Thinking. Creative thinking is the ability to come up with the unique, original solutions, also known as creative problem solving. Creative thinking is a valuable and marketable soft skill in a wide variety of careers. Here's what you need to know about creative thinking at work and how to use it to land a job. Few things feel better than a stroke of creative genius. A new creative idea can make you feel brilliant and unstoppable. But when the great ideas stop flowing, it's easy to get discouraged and declare that you're just not a creative thinker. Many people believe that creative thinking is something that strikes at random. In reality, there are many ways to use creative problem solving every day. Even if you don't think you have innate creativity. While thinking creativity isn't difficult, it does take practice. What is creative thinking? Creative thinking means thinking outside the box. Often, creativity involves literal thinking, which ability to perceive patterns that are not obvious. Creative thinking might mean devising new ways to carry out tasks, solve problems, and meet challenges. It means bringing a fresh and sometimes unorthodox unorthodox perspectives to your work. This way of thinking can help departments and organizations be more productive. Creative thinking in the workplace might look like holding an interactive brainstorm to gather initial thoughts on a project, evaluating a current process, and offering suggestions on how to improve it. Researching other ways to market a product and leading experiments on new marketing channels, then developing an innovative way to each out to propose or to prospective clients. Then it means identifying a unique opportunity to promote the company brand and developing a strategy to do so. Will you please pass the slide, the next slide? Then it means discovering a new way to measure a product initiative's success and using learnings to iterate on the next version. Finding patterns in a company's revenue growth and using data trends to strategize a new sales plan. Creative thinking may feel like a superpower reserved only for a creative person. Thankfully, creative geniuses aren't the only ones who can have innovative ideas. At its core, creative thinking is intentionally gaining new insights and different ideas through existing information. Often, creative thought involves tapping into different styles of thinking and examining the information for different viewpoints to see new patterns. In a way, or anyone can foster a creative mind with some practice. About the creative process, how does it work? Creative ideas don't just pop in your head. If you need to come up with innovative ideas, you need to set the circumstances for it to occur or give your brain the right material to work with. Let's understand how creative thinking works. Will you please pass this slide for next 3 slides? Now we are going to know the stages of creative thinking or the stages to creative thinking. According to the book of The Art of Thoughts by Graham Wallace, there are 4 stages to creative thinking. First of all, preparation. This is where you define the problem you want to solve on the need. Then you start gathering as much knowledge about the subject as you can. The second stage is incubation. In this stage, you will be processing the information you have gathered instead of consciously trying to solve the problem. You'll let your mind wander on its own, working it this way through the subject. This will lead a more creativity. Basically, your unconscious mind will be at work here. The third stage is the illumination. This is the eureka moment that really occurs when you are not actively thinking of a creative solution. You could be literally having a shower, then or when all of a sudden you have found the answer you have been looking for. The last and the fourth stage is verification. Now it's time to see if your idea will really work out or not. In this last stage of the creative thinking process, you need to test your idea, use your critical thinking skills to fine tune your idea and ready it to reach the audience. Now, in the creative thinking techniques, for the next slides, please, the next two slides. Creative thinking techniques. We are going to know what are the creative thinking techniques. The first technique is affinity diagrams. I have listed below several creative thinking techniques that you can see or use to come up with creative ideas faster. The templates are instantly editable. You can even collaborate with others from your team on editing them during a brainstorming session. Then, after a brainstorming session, meeting, or research, you end up with a load of information that needs to be sorted through the categorized. This is where the affinity diagram comes. The affinity diagram helps you group your data based on themes. This makes it easier to detect patterns and connections among the information you have gathered, thus allowing you to come up with new ideas or solutions. This is the first technique. The second technique of creative thinking is brainstorming. Brainstorming is one of the most popular methods of idea generation. You can go about this individually or with a group of people. In group brainstorming, you have the ability to collect many creative ideas from people with diverse skills and experience. The third strategy or the third concept is concept map. The concept map is a teaching and learning techniques that help visualize the connections between concepts and ideas. It helps organize thoughts and discover new relationships, ideas, or concepts. Here is the diagram. Here is I showed it in the presentation, but I don't know where it is go. Where does it go? Okay, then there will be circles for the headings, and then there will be arrows to sub concepts and sub ideas. This is sorry, the concept map. There is another strategy or another concept is mind map. The mind map starts with the key concept. Sorry. The mind map starts with the key concept you are brainstorming around in the center. Related ideas are connected to the center with lines. It helps you capture your free flow of thoughts and organize them on a canvas in a way that will later allow you to discover new connections that will let you arrive at a possible solution. Because it connects both text and a visual layout, it allows for a more creative style of thinking. And I showed there's a diagram for a mind map, but I don't know why there is no presentation. What is the presentation, Miss? Miss, please. Where is my presentation? Okay. Then a mood board. In a mood board, you are going to pass the slides, if you please. A mood board, like a college, is a collection of images, fonts, icons, colors, etc. that is representative of a particular theme or style. Mood boards are also known as inspiration boards and commonly used in design projects. Number 6, camper technique. This is the sixth technique of how to use or how creative thinking is doing, or about the process of creative thinking. Scamper is another useful creative thinking technique that is used to spark creativity during brainstorming. Will you please pass the slides for Scamper technique? Scamper is another useful, as I said, creative thinking technique that is used to spark creativity during brainstorming. Scamper stands for Seven Thinking Approaches. It is an abbreviation. Each letter is an abbreviation for a title or a subtitle I'm going to tell you about. Scamper stands for Seven Thinking Approaches. The first, substitute, then combine, then adapt, modify, put to another use, then eliminate, then reverse. These are the seven letters, or the beginning of each word is the beginning of Scamper as a technique. Then the seven letters of substitute, combine, adapt, modify, put another use, then eliminate and reverse. These words means Scamper technique. And there is also a diagram here for or a picture about Scamper technique. First of all, substitute, that's to say, enter your text there. Then enter your text there in the first point, or in the first title, you will put your text here. Then combine, then enter your text here. You are going to combine what to do, and so on, till we reach the last step by rearrange reverse. Okay. Then the seventh technique of creative thinking is six thinking hats. Each hat in the six thinking hats method represents a different perspective. It is used during meeting or brainstorming sessions to allow team members to look at possible solutions from different perspectives or thinking directions. Each hat represents a different thinking angle. And during the session, each member will get to put it on its turn. The white hat, facts and information. It represents facts and information. Red hat represents feelings, intuitions, emotions, and hunches. But the black hat represents judgment, legality, morality. The yellow hat represents optimism, benefits. But the green hat represents new ideas and opportunities. The blue hat represents conclusions, action plans, and next steps. Will you please pass the slides? There is picture here of the sixes and how to use them. Will you please pass the slides, miss? Then the eighth technique is storyboards. Storyboards are a way to visually organize ideas. Okay, storyboards are a way to visually organize ideas. It is a common. Pass the slides for the eighth, number 8, storyboards, please. They are a way to visually organize ideas. It's a common tool used in video planning. Say you are planning at a TV advertisement, you can start with a storyboard to graphically organize the idea in your head. As you lay them out on a storyboard, you would be able to quickly mold the idea in your head. And there is a picture, of course. The ninth technique is SWOT analysis. And in SWOT analysis, we talked in the strategic planning, we are going to analyze the interior and the exterior environments. And so we're going to know the strengths of my organization, the points of weakness, the opportunities, and the threats. Here is what do we mean by SWOT analysis. Then we are going to convey two types of creative thinking. There are many types of creative thinking, and so many scientists make many types of creative thinking. We are going to know about or to talk about two types or two classification of types. First of all, fostering creative thinking starts with changing your perspectives. Learning new and different styles of thinking can help give birth to powerful idea generation. There are five types of creativity. First of all, divergence thinking, then lateral thinking, aesthetic thinking, system thinking, inspirational thinking. These are five types of creativity. This is the first classification, and we are going to talk about each one of it. First of all, aesthetic thinking, divergent thinking, and literal thinking, conversion thinking, and inspirational thinking are five types of innovative thinking to get the ball rolling. Divergent and convergent thinking are the most common ways to foster more creative thought. Divergent thinking is like a traditional brainstorming session where you come up with as many possible solutions as your imagination will allow. Meanwhile, convergent thinking takes a more logical approach, encouraging you to gather facts and discover the most common solutions to a problem. These strategies are frequently used together to conjure new creative solutions. The last thinking or kind of or type of thinking is inspirational thinking, focuses on imagining the best case scenarios to find a new way to solve a problem, while literal thinking involves letting ideas flow in a step-by-step format. Then aesthetic, or the last one is, or the next type is aesthetic thinking, focuses on reframing the problem to see its inherent beauty and value, like looking at a painting. Creative thinking, you have to know that creative thinking isn't limited to artistic types. Creative thinking is a skill that anyone can nurture and develop. A creative thinker will turn conventional thinking on its head. They'll zig where others zag. There is another classification of creative thinking, in fact, and I will present to you the second classification. And we about creative thinking is expressed in several ways. As I said, here are some types of creative thinking you might see in workplace. First of all, analysis. Before thinking creatively about something, you first have to be able to understand it. This requires the ability to examine things carefully to know what they mean. Whether you are looking at a text, a data set, a lesson plan, or an equation, you need to be able to analyze it first. Then, open mindedness. This is the second type. To think creatively, set aside any assumptions or biases you may have and look at things in a completely new way. By coming to a problem with an open mind, you allow yourself the chance to think creatively. Problem solving employers, the third type is problem solving, and employers want creative employees who will help them to solve work related issues. When faced with a problem, consider ways that you can solve it before asking for help. If you need the input of a manager, suggest solutions rather than just presenting problems. You have to present the solutions rather than present the problems. The fourth type is organization. This might seem counterintuitive. Aren't creative people known for being somewhat disorganized? Actually, organization is an essential part of creativity. While you might indeed or you might need to get a bit messy when trying out a new idea, you need to organize your ideas so others will understand and follow through with your vision. The fifth type is communication. People will only appreciate your creative idea or solution if you communicate it effectively. You need to have strong written and oral communication skills, and this is very important for a creative thinker. This is a photo here. In fact, we don't have the presentation. Where does it go? I don't know. Why is creative thinking important? Why is it important? Why do we need a creative thinking? And why is it important? It's easy to get stuck in the same thought patterns, especially at work. However, those thought patterns may be hampering your innovation and keeping you stuck in routines that don't serve you. Creative thinking shows us that there are many solutions to any problem, and developing your creative thinking skills helps you organize innovative solutions more quickly. Plus, creativity was the most sought after soft skill in 2020 or in 20 now and we are in 2023. So, strengthening your creative skills can set you apart at work too. Alongside critical thinking and focused creative thinking is crucial to help recognize, it is very crucial to help recognize patterns that may not be obvious at first glance. Thinking creatively makes you a better problem solver, which has far teaching benefits in both your work and personal life. Expressive, creative thinking helps us challenge your or our own assumptions, discover new things about ourselves and our perspectives, stay mentally sharp, and even be more optimistic. How creative thinking works. How does it work? Many business leaders see creativity and innovation as something unpredictable. With 5,300% of businesses as for a study, reporting that innovation occurs by chance. However, with the right tools, you can tap into creative thinking whenever you want. Opportunities for creative thought in the workplace vary from obvious artistic positions to highly technical ones. Generally, anything that involves an aha moment considered creative. Here are some examples of how to display creative thinking in different jobs. In artistic creativity, you don't have to be an artist for your work to have an artistic element. Perhaps you arrange retail displays for maximum impact, or shape the path of an interesting hiking trail. Other artistically creative tasks might include designing logos, writing advertising copy, creating the packages for a product, or drafting a phone script for a fundraising drive. Creative problem solving. Problem solving stands out as innovative. A creative problem solver will find new solutions rather than simply identifying and implementing the norm. You might brainstorm new ways to reduce energy use, as we said before, find new ways to cut costs during a budget crisis, and or develop a unique litigation strategy to defend a client. Creativity in STEM. Some people think of science and engineering as the opposite of art and creativity. That's not true. The fields of science, technology, engineering, and math, that's to say STEM, that's to say it's the abbreviation of STEM. The first letters of STEM, we mean by them science, technology, engineering, and math. That's what does STEM represent. They are highly creative, designing a more efficient assembly line robot, writing an innovative new computer program, or developing a testable hypothesis are all highly creative acts. The history of science and technology is filled with projects that didn't work, not because of errors in technique or methodology, but because people remained stuck in their assumptions and old habits. STEM fields need creativity to flourish and grow. What are the benefits of creative thinking? There are so many benefits of creative thinking. First of all, start fostering your creative thinking skills. Thinking more creatively can take effort, but a little practice can offer a ton of benefits. A ton of benefits. Honoring, sorry, owning your skills to recognize patterns, you find solutions, shift your perspective, and offers a new vantage point for you to explore. Not only can creative thinking improve your performance at work, but it can also improve every other area of your life too. Coaching is a powerful tool to help foster your creative skills. Are you ready to become more innovative? Are you ready to become more innovative? Start working with a dedicated coach today to develop your own creative thinking skills. Then we have most of us have creative skills, but you have to develop it by practicing and to begin to practice from today. Not don't delay that. Don't delay that. How to showcase your creative thinking skills when you are applying for a job? Think about how your creative nature has helped you in the past and how it might be an assist in the job you're seeking. Uh, you are going to give examples in your cover letter. When you are applying for a job, think about how your creative nature has helped you in the past and how it might be an assist in the job you are seeking. Here's how to showcase your creative thinking throughout the application process. First of all, we are going to talk about add keywords in your resume and cover letter. Consider including keywords that demonstrate your creativity. For instance, you might try problem solving. Then you have to give examples in your cover letter. Include one of or two specific examples of times your creative thinking added value to your employer. Perhaps you came up with a creative way to save your department money, or maybe you developed a new filling system that increased efficiently or efficacy. You are going to tell stories. Come to your interview prepared with examples of how you have demonstrated your creativity. This is especially important if the job description lists creativity or creative thinking as a requirement. If you are looking for creative opportunities as a means of personal fulfillment, you can find satisfaction in surprising places. Any job that allows you to put your own spin on your work will end up being and feeling creative. Creative thinking is the ability to consider something is a new way. Creative thinking also includes analysis, open-mindedness, problem solving, organization, and communication. Many employers value creative thinkers, so consider highlighting your creative thinking skills on your resume and in interviews. There are many ways to get your creative juices flowing, and practicing creative thinking strategies can help you think outside the box more readily and more often. Creative thinking works by uh, ingenuity or curiosity, getting curious, about problem looks different for various industries. A go-to example for creative thinking way, maybe the advertising executive coming up with creative campaigns by brainstorming with divergent thinking. However, that's far from the only way to use creative thinking. In STEM industries like biomedicine, for example, simulating creativity by asking open-end questions and creating Fictional scenarios helps professionals find innovative solutions to health problems. This is one example. These questions encourage medical professionals to experiment and discover new ways of solving a persistent problem. Through creative thinking, professionals in any field can discover unique answers to pressing problems, in fact. How to build the creativity? If we want to build the creativity, what should we do and how can we build creativity? First of all, put yourself in a box. Creative thinking is about thinking outside the box, but putting limitations on your problem solving can help you think more freely and innovatively. For example, if someone tells you to make dinner, for example, you may struggle to come up with a meal you don't always cook. Yet, if they ask you to make a hot dinner with three specific ingredients and two spices, you will more likely come up with something or original. Putting yourself inside a box can help you expand your thinking. Whether that's by telling yourself you need to include three charts in your presentation or giving yourself a strict word account for an article. Then you're going to switch up your routine. Routine can be a great productivity booster, but it also can get in the way of your creativity, sorry. So switch up your routine for one project day or even an hour. This can be something as small as where you are physically sitting when you do your work, or something as big as your process for approaching projects. Challenging yourself to do something different will help you find creative ways to adapt to your new environment. Then you have to challenge yourself to be a creative thinker. Then you are going to challenge what's currently working. This is about how human. First of all, you have to challenge yourself. Then you have to challenge what's currently working. Think about how you might expand or improve upon a current process. What would you do if you had more resources, whether that's time, money, or another expert? What would you do if you had fewer resources? And this project was taking place at a different time of year. If the target audience was different, imagining these different potential scenarios will force you to problem solve and adjust for various very possible circumstances. Find inspiration. This is how to work, or how does a creative thinking is working. This is the fourth stage. Creative thinking doesn't happen in a bubble. It's vital to ask for others' opinions and ideas. This is very important to collect opinions and ideas and voice of views and perspectives from the others. Creative thinkers consider multiple perspectives and are curious about how others think. Ask your colleague about their work processes, whether it's how they research for a client deliverable or how they approach meeting an external buyer. The fifth technique is ask for feedback. You have to ask for feedback. The best way to improve a skill is to get feedback from others on how you are using it. And you don't need to set up a formal feedback session to do so. Instead, ask questions when you are working with others about your work. Keep these questions open ended and lead with curiosity instead of looking for a specific answer. What did they think of how you led the brainstorm? What would you what would you or they have done differently? What strikes them about the final product? Keep an open mind and remember not to take the feedback personally. It's an opportunity to grow, and growing those skills might just help you land your next job. There are some examples of creative thinking. Creative thinking is valuable in many situations, not just traditional creative industries, whether You are solving a problem, organizing your calendar, or at an pace with your team. Creative thinking can come in handy. One way creative thinking is valuable is for identifying the right problem. Using divergent thinking strategies can help you examine a problem from every angle and identify the true root of the issue. Sorry. Once you are found, Once you have found the root problem, you can use lateral thinking or conversion thinking to discover new solutions that may not have been available to you before. Adding constraints like a timeline or budget for your project can also help you guide a creative thinking session. For example, you could brainstorm how you would handle a particular problem if your existing budget was cut in half. Constraints can help spare unique ideas you may have missed. Um, then there are many benefits, as we said, for creative thinking for workers. As according to a study, it will represent 70-100% for workers, 100% for leaders, and 69 100% for parents, and 69 100% for students. So this is according to a study, and it is shown as in a picture, but alas, there is no presentation. I don't know where does it go. Okay, no problem. How are a few benefits of creative thinking? A few major benefits. There are some major benefits of creative thinking. First of all, it improved the problem solving capabilities. We don't just solve problems at work, and we shouldn't only use our creative thinking skills at work either. Developing your creative thinking abilities can help you solve a wide variety of problems faster. As your mind becomes as your mind becomes more accustomed to using different thought techniques, you'll quickly recognize patterns that you might not have before. Number two, stronger interpersonal connections. Creative thinking can help you communicate your ideas more early or more clearly, which leads to better conversations and relationships with your friends, family, and work and co-workers. Plus, many creative thinking methods work best when they are done in a group. Developing new ideas together can strengthen bonds and help you combine ideas to create something truly innovative. Then it heightens productivity. It may seem like creative thinking is a time consuming distraction from your work, but that couldn't be further from the truth. When we get stuck in thought patterns, it's easy to get frustrated when something isn't working correctly. That frustration can cause our productivity to plummet. Taking a moment and engaging in a creative thinking strategy can renew your motivation, reinvigorate your passion, and help you find more solutions or new solutions when you are stuck. It also higher self-awareness. Creative thinking allows you to try on perspectives that you may not have considered before. As you are exploring new perspectives, you may discover something about your own assumptions, viewpoints, or biases that you never noticed. Challenging your traditional way of thinking can offer higher self awareness and build your emotional intelligence. With creative thinking, you strengthen your ability to reframe your perspective and harness a growth mindset. Then how to make your thinking process more creative. If we want to practice and to be creative thinkers in a very good way, Here is the way to of how to make your thinking process more creative. Now that you see how important creative thinking skills are, building our creative capabilities is the next step to reap the benefit. There are many ways to encourage more creative thinking in your daily life while practicing different thinking strategies and brainstorming with your team at work. Help to develop these skills. They are far from the only way to foster a more creativity or creative thought process. One powerful way to get your creativity flowing is to meet new people, especially if you are in the arts of the or in a different industry from you. Sharing your interests and listening to others can inspire you to view the world differently. Practicing boredom can help you develop your creativity too. Allowing yourself to become bored and seeing what pulls you interest can help you practice letting your curiosity lead the way. Another tactic is to ask questions about everything that piques your interest and come up with possible answers before you look up with actual answer. Coaching can also help you hone your creative thinking. In fact, 70, as according to a study, in fact, there is a 100% of employers see managerial coaching as helpful for creative development. When you are feeling distracted and uninspired, coaching can defocus your attention and help you get curious about your experience. Breaking away from your normal routine and trying something new is the key fostering creative thinking in your daily life. How to include creative thinking skills in a job application? We talked about that previously. If you want to hit a resume, what to do, and in your professional profiles, in your interview, how to develop yourself or how to introduce yourself, how to tell stories about yourself or about some examples of your creativity. Uh, then, how to showcase your creative thinking skills when you are applying for a job. As I said, think about how your creative nature has helped you in the past and how it might be an assist for your job. As I said before, you have to give examples to tell stories. um, then to conclude my speech about creative thinking, many people associate being creative with being able to paint, sing, or write. But someone who is not good at any of these things could still be a creative thinker. How? Because creative thinking is the process of coming up with something new, looking at a problem from a new light and finding an innovative solution or a solution that hasn't been thought of before, or in other words, thinking outside the box. Although some people are more creative than others, creative thinking can be developed with practice. It's a skill that is indispensable to everyone, whether you are still learning or working. That's all for my lecture today. I hope that you have got the benefit. Thank you very much for your listening, and thank you very much for IGP team, whom I am very proud to be one of them. Thank you very much. I have finished my lecture for today. Thank you. Miss, where are you? Where are you? I have finished. I'm waiting for your questions, inshallah. Thank you very much. Where are you?
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your rich content presentation, which can impact our knowledge seekers surely.
You
After
are
your
welcome.
presentation, I hope our knowledge seeker can learn something new, which was our only intention. Learn and grow together IGP Knowledge Seeker. Once again, thank you so much, ma'am, for your presentation. Now, it's time for our question and answer session, which is the one more valuable part of our regular webinar. Honorable ma'am, please stay with us. After a short video, we will back in our session part 2, which is the question answer part. Dear IGP Knowledge Seeker, please ask your question in the comment box as much as you want to know from our speaker. Thank you. After question answer, we have a webinar certification and online quiz competition. Dear
Okay.
IGP Knowledge Seeker, please ask your question in the comment box as much as you want to know from our speaker. Thank you. After question answer, we have a webinar certification and online quiz competition. Welcome back, ma'am. Welcome back to our participant. Dear IGP Knowledge Seeker, please ask your question in the comment box as much as you want to know from our speaker. Thank you. After question answer, we have a webinar certification and online quiz competition. Dear IGP Knowledge Seeker, please ask your question in the comment box as much as you want to know from our speaker. Thank you. After question answer, we have a webinar certification and online quiz competition. Full presentation, our participant can understand the topic very clearly. That's why no questions from our participants. So once again, thank you so much, ma'am, for your time in IGP. We have learned a lot from you with new topic. It will add value to our day-to-day activity along with our academic and professional growth. Honorable ma'am, hope to see you again with a new topic and a new date. Thank you, ma'am. Take care.
Thank you very much. You are welcome. Thank you. I'm going to leave, okay?
Okay.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Dear IGP Knowledge Seeker, it's time for the webinar certification process, the most attractive and powerful part of our regular webinar. After a short video, we will start our webinar certification. After webinar certification, We have an online quiz competition and quiz certification. Dear IGP knowledge seekers, time for the webinar certification process, the most attractive and powerful part of our regular webinar. After a short video, we will start our webinar certification. After webinar certification, we have an online quiz competition and quiz certification. Certification process. Visit www.eduigp.com. Please make sure your presence on our website. Find a running session and get enrolled. After watching completing part 1, move to the next video. Learning test passing mark 80%. Pass back to the course again to download your certificate. If you fail to retake the quiz, download your certificate in PDF or JPG. For your attention, I am going to share the procedure again. Visit www.eduigp.com. Please make sure your presence on our website. Find a running session and get enrolled. After watching completing part 1, move to the next video. Learning test passing mark 80%. If pass, back to the course again to download your certificate. If fail to retake the course, download your certificate in PDF or JPG. Dear IGP knowledge seekers, time for the most engaging part of this webinar, which is an online quiz competition, which is our regular webinar activity. Now, time for the online quiz competition. To join the online quiz competition properly, please follow my instruction carefully. Now, time for the online quiz competition. To join the online quiz competition properly, please follow my instruction carefully. Visit www.eduigp.com and sign up or sign in with the browse the live quiz button or give a link, find the session name and join with your logged website or user account. Click join and wait for a few minutes to join. Enjoy an online live quiz competition. After the quiz, we will issue certificate for top 10 as previously, which you can find on our official Facebook page and group Institute of Global Professional. After a short video, we will start our quiz session. With 16 people, we are going to start our quiz session right now. Our first question is, are creative thinking, creative ideas, is it true or false? Option 2 is the right answer and 100% people are right here. Our next question is, creative thinking, is it option 1 or option 2? Option 2 is the right answer. 67% people are right here. Our third question is, creative thinking, is it option 1 or option 2? Option 2 is the right answer. No one is correct here. Our next question is, creative thinking, is it option 1 or option 2? Option 2 is the right answer. 85% people are right here. Our next question is, creative thinking involves, is it option 1 or option 2? Option 2 is the right answer. 71% people are right here. Our next question is, creative thinking, is it option 1 or option 2? Option 2 is the right answer. 86% people are right here. Our next question is, creative thinking, is it option 1 or option 2? Option 1 is the right answer and 100% people are right here. Our next question is creative thinking. Is it option 1 or option 2? Option 1 is the right answer. 46% people are right here. Our second last question of the session is creative thinking. Is it option 1 or option 2? Option 1 is the right answer. 33% people are right here. Our last and final question of the session is creative thinking. Is it option 1 or option 2? Option 1 is the right answer. 93% people are right here. Congratulations to our online quiz competition in the top 10. Congratulations again. We will take a few minutes for finalizing the result. After that, we will issue our online quiz competition certificate on official Facebook page and group Institute of Global Professional. Congratulations to our online quiz competition in the top 10. Congratulations again. We will take a few minutes for finalizing the result. After that, we will issue our online quiz competition certificate on official Facebook page and group Institute of Global Professional. Congratulations to our online quiz competition in the top 10. Congratulations again. We will take a few minutes for finalizing the result. After that, we will issue our online quiz competition certificate on official Facebook page and group Institute of Global Professional. At the end of our session, we can say properly feed your skill, never stop learning, cause life never stop teaching us. Be happiest to save. See you again and again. We want your participation in every program. If you want to live a happy life, try to go to people of things Albert Einstein. Before I say or hit the end like button, I want to thank all our knowledge seekers for your participation as always. See you again in the next session. Thank you.